Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my Facebook or Meta ad strategy that I use for Shopify dropshipping. Now, I'm going to break this video into 3 segments. 2 things I've already done, and the third is the stage that I'm going into. I will break these down into 3 parts: a $50 daily ad spend, a $250 daily ad spend, and a $3,000 daily ad spend, as these are the 3 stages. And then there's more after, but currently where I'm at, these are the 3 stages that you go through in order to get your daily ad spend increased by Facebook or Meta. So first we have our $50 daily ad spend budget. Inside the $50 daily ad spend budget, what you want to do is create 1 CBO at a $50 ad spend. What that means is the campaign is going to spend $50 and distribute based on which videos it finds to be the most suitable. Ideally, with a $50 daily ad spend, you want to test 1 product, as you want to give 1 product the full daily ad spend to actually test and see if it can sell. Inside of this ad group, ideally you want to have 1 ad group. You can multiply the ad groups if you feel like you have a different angle or a different interest or a different target that you want to go about. Ideally, I would say if you're selling a product for dropshipping, you want 1 ad group inside of this campaign or inside of this CBO, and inside of the ad group level, you want to have 3 to 5 different ads. Now, let's say I was selling a phone case. Inside of this phone case, or inside of this ad group level, you will have 3 to 5 different creatives, and it'll show the video. Maybe it's UGC content with 1 person to 3 different people, and it's just them talking about the product with different hooks and different creatives, different ways of selling the product, but you're still selling to the same audience in the same way. So ideally, that's how you want to go about that. So at the $50 level, it's really simple because you don't have that much to spend. You want 1 product, ideally, 1 CBO at $50 daily ad spend, because ideally, if you put $100 or $1,000 ad spend, Meta will run as if you have an unlimited limit. So if you have $1,000 daily spend on 1 campaign, it'll let you do that, but it's going to stop the second it gets to $50 in ad spend because your ad limit is already set for the day. So we're setting it at $50 so to spend through the whole day and find the optimal point for your ideal customer. So that is the $50 budget. It's really simple: 1 CBO at $50, 1 ad group, and 3 to 5 video creatives inside of that 1 ad group. Now next, we're going to the $250 daily budget. Now for this $250 daily budget, you want multiple CBOs. And at this point, you can test multiple products. So if you have a niche store, ideally, you would have 1 to 3 different products that you're testing at a $50 a day budget. So you're starting at $150 a day at minimum. Now throughout the day, you can cancel or stop certain creatives or stop certain campaigns, or you can increase the budget depending on how they're performing. So if you see that you have a low cost per click, you have a low click-through rate, if you have a high cost per click, if you have a low click-through rate, and you don't have any ads to cart or no initiatives that have come from these video creatives, you can kill these products as they might not be good sellers on your account at this time, or you can continue to sell them or try to run ads on them for multiple days. It really just depends on how you choose and how aggressive you want to be with it. But you want 1 to 3 CBOs for 1 to 3 different products. So if you have 3 products, 3 CBOs at a $50 ad spend budget. Now, throughout the day, if you see sales come in, you can increase the budget on that particular or multiple ads. Now, you will be stopped at $250 because that is your ad spend limit for the day, but the budget will spend as if you have that capacity. You want 1 ad group per campaign, similar to how we were doing with the $50 a day budget, but now you just want to do it for 1 to 3 products as you're expanding your site and the potential to earn money for multiple products. And again, you want 3 to 5 different videos per 1 ad group inside of each campaign. So the same structure that you had on the $50 a day budget, but for 3 different CBOs. And that's what I did, and I can show you the results that got me. So we're inside of the ad manager for Meta, and as you can see, currently I have 5 different campaigns, all CBOs, because at the moment of running ads, I only had a $250 budget for daily ad spend. Now I have a $3,000 daily ad spend budget, which is great because that means I can test more. As you can see, over the 2 weeks, I was able to get 63 website purchases. Realistically, it was within a 7-day period, if I'm not mistaken, and I spent $1,000, give or take, so $923. I had a $14 average cost per purchase, some as low as $10, others as high as $25, and others where there was no sales at all. But you will see for those with no sales, the actual amount spent was very, very low. So, or $0 and $24. Now, with that being said, if you go to the far end, you will see purchase return on ad spend or website return on ad spend. That means for every, in this particular case, we have a 3.37 return on ad spend, which is really good. That means for whatever I spend on ads, I get 3 times that in return. Now there is a very specific campaign or product in my case, because the CPO is based on each individual product. This particular product almost had a 7 return on ad spend, which is amazing. The other 2 had a little over a 1.5 to 1.6 return on ad spend. So they were doing a little better than break even, but we would like to get these to $2 or 2 times return on ad spend, because that works well with profit margins. Now, the reason that these 2 don't do well in the form of return on ad spend is because when people purchase these particular products, they only buy that particular product. They don't purchase others, nor have they consistently purchased multiple of these particular orders. Now, with this particular product here, when people purchase one, they tend to purchase 2, 3, or 4 times the products, or they'll search on the site to find other products that are similar. Therefore, my return on ad spend with this product is extremely high. Now, I want to highlight a very particular column, the budget column. As you can see, certain columns have $50 daily ad spend, $50 daily ad spend, and this particular one has a $200 daily ad spend. The reason being is because, as stated, during the day, I scale up, and I want to show that by the end of the day, if the product is selling well, the cost per acquisition or cost per purchase is really low, then I want to increase the budget, because at that point, you're printing money. I'm saying for every $2 that I spend, every $10 that I spend, I get a sale, multiple sales. So that is just an example of this particular product selling really well. Now, if I were to start over, I would drop the budget to a $50 a day and then increase as the day goes on and sales come in. Now, lastly, we have a $3,000 daily budget. This is based on what I am going to do, because the first 2 are what I've done and what I would recommend. This one, I want to be clear, this is what I'm going to do, and I will give more recap on what it actually resulted me in another video in the future. But for a $3,000 daily budget, what I'm going to do, I want to put emphasis on that, is create 1 to 5 CBOs at $50 per day. So the same structure that we had in the past for the $250 a day budget, but up to 5 CBOs for 5 different products. Now, I'm going to surf those products throughout the day, meaning increasing the budget as different as different sales come in for each of the products. So if a sale comes in for CBO 1, 2 sales come in for CBO 1, and they have a good cost per acquisition, meaning I spend $5 to get a sale, I'm going to increase the budget to maybe $100 for that particular CBO. And we're going to keep doing that for the ones that are bringing sales in. And as the day goes by, I'll increase the budget even more as sales come in, and the cost per acquisition or cost per purchase decreases, or at least below my break-even point. Now, along with the 1 to 5 CBOs, I'm going to put ABOs into play as well for the products that are selling specifically. So if there are products that are selling that I have data on already, so I know it sells, I'm going to say I want ABOs for those particular creatives. So now I'm focused on creative testing with ABOs so that I can give them the full budget to actually try to get sales. So if my break-even point with ads is $10, I will give a $20 a day ad set budget. So we'll create one campaign. Let's say we have one product that we know is really selling, and I know this will sell. And inside of that, I have 5 ads. I will create 5 different ad groups for this ABO. If the break-even cost is $10, I'll put a $20 ABO or ad set budget for each of the 5 videos. Inside of each ad group, there will be 1 video. So to break it down, we have 1 ABO for this product that I know is doing well. We have 5 videos. So for those 5 videos, we're going to create 5 different ad sets. Now, inside of those ad sets, each video will be placed inside of that ad set at $20 per day. So essentially, that ABO campaign will have $100 for the budget, because we're breaking that out for 5 products, $20 each per ad group. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a mix of everything that I've talked about in this video and scale it. Now, as sales come in for the ABO for specific creatives, because you're creative testing when I run the way I run ABOs, I want to see which creatives are really bringing in profit so each has a fair chance. With that, I'll scale those as more profit and more sales come in for each ad set, and doing the same that we already talked about for the CBOs. So now that we've discussed that, I'll continue going down, but that's what it is. Like I said, for the CBO, you have one ad group, similar to how we talked about in the past. Each CBO will have multiple videos inside of it at the ad level. The ABO will have multiple ad groups, the same number of video creatives that you have. So if you have 5 video creatives, you'll have 5 ad groups. Each ad group will have 1 video. So that is my Facebook or Meta ad strategy and how I was able to generate over $5,000 in a span of 2 weeks. Now, I also ran TikTok ads, so a good portion of the sales that came in came from TikTok, but TikTok was not profitable for me. I wouldn't give or recommend giving a strategy simply because I didn't do well with it. So what am I really teaching you? I can tell you what I did wrong, but I can't teach you on what I did right. I can still create a video if you'd like, but that's just why I won't. I've done this with Meta very well, and I'd like to believe that I can continue so that I can improve, scale, and have higher revenue days in the future. So if you enjoyed this video and you made it this far, please slap the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.